Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another video for the channel. And just as you saw in the title, we meet in another video of previews and news of Ice and Fire 2. If you didn't see the previous part, I would recommend that you see it first than this one, where we focus mostly on the subject of dragons and AQ and A, made by the developer team itself. With questions like when the mod comes out, we will have more dragons apart from the original 3, among many others. Another thing to mention, this mod doesn't make that much progress, so don't expect there to be a third part so soon. I will mention this later why. So, with that said, I hope you have already left your like, that we are going to begin.
Darle.
Good to start, and again, to make it clear, we don't have a release date for the mod yet, but many people forget this or simply decide not to believe it. So I have put myself to spread a rumor in which it says March 27, 2029. You tell me why you chose the date. Well, at least this will keep her busy to all those people.
Pero es un sacrificio que estoy dispuesto a aceptar.
Although I am already confirming them 100%, that will not come out. This year, this is due to a confirmation from Noon, one of the most involved members of the project, where at least as a speculation, the project is 40% complete. And something I mentioned in the previous newscast, the mod has been in development for a while, more than a year, or at least since it was announced publicly, with a distorted image of a giant crossbow. At the time, we thought it was of a type of plant. Yes, what a surprise, and watch out. Previous too is, we had an image of what it looks like, be the ritual of obtaining of dragon blood tools. It is the oldest image we have to date, uploaded on August 14, 2024.
Nadie entiende que no estamos jugando algo divertido. Hay vidas que dependen de esto.
No es cierto.
Bueno, no, pero es importante.
What they did comment on is that the most complicated thing of all, this process was more than nothing the model of the dragons, going through multiple stages and other redesigns. Because these promise give a huge leap in quality in each of its aspects. And to be honest with how little that has been shown, so far it is already clear that they are far superior to the classics.
Es bellísimo.
And since we're talking about, now I open a small parenthesis. Well, many people have been asking if it can be compatible, Con Ice and Fire 1. And well, the normal thing would be yes, but let's go. Let's be honest, what would be the reason why you would add both mods?
¡A estudiar!
Well, beyond the fact that they will bring the same content, one will be much more superior. Imagine just for a moment that they are generated structures of Ice and Fire 1, when in reality it is looking for resources Del Ice and Fire 2, something that might be a little confusing really. I don't see any strong point that you will want to put in both mods at the same time, when I remind him that the design, programming of Ice and Fire 1 is full of problems. For something they took the radical decision to abandon the project and start one completely from scratch, with all the knowledge already amassed with other previous projects. Although I wouldn't rule it out either, that with time it will come out, and he added to make these two compatible. But you've been warned.
Y no quiero escucharte llorar, me corta la inspiración.
And now for news. What's new that has come out of this project? What new and relevant things we have? Well, a few have come out, images and revelations with which we can theorize. But without a doubt, what will give us the most content? It is the liveware. Noon and Nini, both very important members from the development of this mod, are showing and answering questions about this. Among them, we will have the new wizard villager, which, judging by its radical appearance, it might seem a totally different creature to the villagers, even with another type of generation egg. But none of that, since only it will be a new profession when the villagers put it together with a crystal ball. Wizards will sleep during the day, and they will work during the night. Yes, just like me who goes up. Videos at 3 in the morning.
Cielos, 3 de la mañana.
To differentiate themselves from other villagers. This one won't ask us for emeralds in return. But sapphire is a new mineral, similar to amethyst, and that we can find under Earth and large geodes. Will have the ability to increase their power as we trade with them. Being a centerpiece, to be able to advance in the mod. Well, this one will sell us maps, dragon structures. This in exchange for a skull of low-level dragon. In other words, if we give him a level 3 skull, will give us a map to his structure of a mother dragon, level 4, and if we give it a level for skull will give us the map for a mega dungeon where he will live. Powerful level 5 dragon. The same black one that we can see in the trailer. Mages will defend themselves with elemental attacks. This can be done with creatures, hostile, and eat them with their own. Dragons sometimes, even transforming their victims into frogs. Permanently. And in the event that some attacks, I managed to hit a cat. This will become a magic cat. Of which, at the moment, no. We will have too much information. Previously, it had come out as a joke. That the sorcerer, I could take the cat and throw it. Against enemies, yes. Alex's team. I love making these kinds of jokes. As if research weren't already too difficult.
Las primeras 50 veces fue gracioso, luego fue cruel.
Another thing to highlight about magicians is that, depending on the place of its generation, will have a different appearance and clothing. This including appearances, not yet 100% implemented by Mohan of the Jungle and Swamp villagers. But enough of the wizards. Now let's talk of the new armor. Well, in the previous video, we answered the question about how many armors will have been added. In this case, the silver bronze, and the dragon skin one, which today will be the most complete of all, having all the characteristics of ice and fire, one but with small improvements, as if they had also implemented a shield which will absorb and expel all power from the dragon's breath received. Something like a kind of explosion.
Maybe that'll work if it's made.
That's... Oh, there you go. It's the bug again. Okay, no, yeah, don't worry.
But the other two barely are taking their first steps. In the case of silver already, we will have some changes. Extra first a complete look of how this will look in-game in high definition. Previously, this had already been shown, together with the set of bronze armor and other blocks, but not how it would look, putting such a close focus on a player. Something that will give it more personality on the subject of armor is that at the time of opening the inventory, or right in the chat, this helmet will open to show the face. A small detail, which is truly appreciated a lot. Another thing that also got away from us shown is the crafting of some key objects for the mod the first. It will be the giant crossbow, the one that was shown to us in the trailer to defend ourselves of the dragon raids. And that will be able to be removed and put on as if it were a normal block.
It's like a silly thing.
Here we have I think they are. This one's our ability.
No, not the pulling. There's so much cool shit in here.
Oh, okay. So the dragons walk slower and they might fly a bit slower as well.
The second will be the design of the new dragon horn. And finally, the statistic scroll, with which we can see the feeding, age, and health of our dragon. This being one of the most useful items that will come with the hand, with the new feeding mechanics. Well, I remind you that they will no longer grow on their own, but now they will have to fill a food quota every day this so that they can grow.
¡Qué buena noticia!
Which will be much easier with the new dragon fruit crops. And optional food, in case you don't want to. Create your animal farms for dragon food, or else they will end up like this poor guy here. No! And yes, as you see, the remains of dragons will continue to appear naturally around the world. And well, to finish with the confirmed content, we have 2 new revelations in the questions section. I remind you that these are coming with the help of the Ice and Fire team. Osicu Sun and Tyro Veridicus. Unless, of course, they come up with another one of their jokes. Question 21. We will have another live showcasing new developments. No, or well, there will be at least not for a long time. Alex's Caves had a broadcast during the development of the Abyssal Trench, and then nothing was done again until almost the release of the mod. In a nutshell, this live showcasing everything they had until today it will not be repeated. Or at least they don't have it planned for the near future. We will most likely return to see in advance this big until the exit of your next trailer. Question 22. Dragon Bone tools will be crafted in the same way. Not Dragon Bone tools now require a antique handle. This is found in the dens of dragons and the loot of dragon fortresses. Yes, apparently, they realized that getting this weapon, it was too easy, or at least for experienced players. So they will modify the progression issue a bit to get tools. As far as I have studied and tying up loose ends, first we must get said handle. Can appear in chests of dragon nests or in the level 5 dungeons themselves. Once obtained, we put it together with dragon bones to create the sword, and later, we fill a cauldron with dragon's blood. In this way, being able to have our sword evolved. Dragon's blood. At least this is the case with weapons. Since for the armor, I don't think it's necessary, such a complex process. But well, for now that's all that's confirmed. To this day. But of course, although on the subject of theories, because they had already stated that for this project, it had been thought, add all the content put in the Ice and Fire. Original and clear. Other new creatures and noon. Is a person who loves design characters in his free time. Sometimes even leaving little clues of what that will come in the future, whether with an update or a new project. In this case, surely everyone already knows. This image, well, at this point we could even say that at least 90%. From what we see here, it is confirmed. Both redesigns and new ones. Creature concepts, like unicorns. Although Noon itself already clarified that it is a sheet of basic sprite. And it's not about the designs, finals that will have these creatures. But of course he did not deny that yes, were to be added. Yes, you're already seeing where this is going, and where we can only take out a conclusion. They gave the Cyclops a tremendous nerf. But well, I know it wasn't a video with so much content as in the previous one. But as I said, not much information has come out about it since the little they go, complaining that they show it almost weekly. All thanks to the hour-and-a-half mega live broadcast, where they show us absolutely everything. They practically left nothing behind to the imagination, and it is in this same live, where we can see that only there will be dragon content. Well, they haven't been put yet to work on the other creatures. And in fact, once finished, the fire dragons, in full, they will most likely go by the ice dragon, since this was announced at the end of the first teaser. All to then continue with the other creatures. And that will surely be a lot easier to finish, since obviously, they do not compare to the enormous content they will bring. The dragons. Well, I hope this little video informative you like. If so, you can leave me your like or comment. What did you think of these? Progress, or what you expect for the next Ice and Fire? That having seen it 2026 will be riddled with mods. Incredible if you would be interested. A dedicated video to the projects we will have. In 2026, you can also leave it to me in the comments. I leave it there so nothing. I hope you have a nice day, and we will be seeing each other in the next video.